Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now in this video we're going to be making these rock buns or rock cakes. Very simple recipe to make, very inexpensive, absolutely delicious and really Moorish. So we have the ingredients over here. I'm going to run through that, tell you exactly what we've got and exactly how much everything costs. Please do excuse the sound of the oven in the background. We're just trying out a new recipe here whilst we're doing this one. Okay, we have 225 grams of self-raising flour at 12 pence. We have 1 teaspoon of baking powder at 3 pence. We have 60 grams of sugar at 7 pence. We have 1 egg at 13 pence. We have 100 grams of unsalted butter at 75 pence. We have 125 grams of dried fruit at 31 pence. And we have 3 teaspoons of milk at about 3 pence. We might use all of that, we might not. We'll see how that goes. So the total cost of this recipe is £1.44, and I'm saying we'll get somewhere between 6 and 8 rock buns out of this, and we'll have to calculate the price when we see how many we'll get. So let's get on with it. Okay, so first thing, as I say, we have 225 grams of self-raising flour. If you're using plain flour, just add an extra 3 tablespoons of baking powder to that, and it will turn it into self-raising flour. Now to this self-raising flour I'm putting in another teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm just going to sieve that through into the bowl. Now to that we are going to add 100 grams of softened unsalted butter. Now I've softened this simply so we can rub it into this mixture a little easier. Straight out of the fridge it is a little bit of a task, but when it's been softened a bit, that will rub in there very nicely. So I'm just going to continue with this until we get to our breadcrumb stage, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients to this. Okay, that's a nice consistency there, nice fine breadcrumb. We're going to add the sugar to that, and that is 60 grams of sugar going in there. And along with the 60 grams of sugar, we want to put in 125 grams of this dried fruit. Now, you could soak the dried fruit earlier if you wish. You could do that in an alcohol, in rum or whiskey, or you could do it in orange juice or just plain water, really, if you wanted to do that. I find that okay like this. This is all right for me, so I'm just going to put them in there straight out of the packet and mix that all together. Okay, now to add to that, I'm going to crack this egg into the cup. I'm going to add just a couple of teaspoons of milk to it, and we'll see how this turns out. We may need a little more milk to see how it goes, but we are going to whisk all that up and then add that to this mixture. And we'll bring that together with the spoon, and right away I'm going to say we are going to need a little bit more milk in there. But let's just get that mixed in first. That's looking good. Okay, so we've had 2 teaspoons of milk so far, so we'll have another 1, 2 and 3. So that's 5 teaspoons of milk we're having here. We want this to be a fairly runny batter to make these rock buns. Bring that together and then we'll get the hands in it, and that will tell the tale. Yes, that is fairly wet, and that's okay. That will come together with the hand, and I'm saying that will be fine. Okay, that's come together really nicely. That's going to make beautiful rock buns. As I say, very simple, this recipe, and what we want to do now is simply turn them out onto the baking tray. I've greased this baking tray and put a little bit of parchment on it, and we are just going to put them on very rough. We don't want anything smooth and smart here. This is a rock bun, and it will look a little like a rock. And we'll get a couple on this one. So we've got 8 of those out of there, which is going to make these 18 pence a piece. Now the only thing we want to do before we put these in the oven is just give a little sprinkle of sugar on top. These are going to be really sweet, beautiful with a cup of tea or coffee. Now I'm going to put them in the oven at 200 degrees centigrade for about 15 to 20 minutes. Again, we just want to keep an eye on them, and when they go a nice golden brown colour on top, they'll be ready to go. Okay, now they're out of the oven. They've been in there for about 20 minutes. They're looking absolutely beautiful. They have cooled a little by now, but these are beautifully done, golden brown, glistening on the top with that sugar that we put on, and I'm going to taste one of them. Okay, now look at that rock bun. That's such a simple recipe, and that will be absolutely beautiful. It's looking good. I'm going to break it in half, show you the texture inside. And can I just say, whilst I'm doing this, the channel, the baking channel, reached 20,000 subscribers, more than 20,000 subscribers, which is overwhelming. It's fantastic, and I thank you so much for this. This is really good. I'm so glad that people are enjoying these recipes and making them themselves and sharing them with family and friends. It's fantastic. So thank you very much. And all of the comments as well. I love the comments. So this is great. This rock bun inside there, beautiful, light, fluffy, crispy on the outside with the sugar that we put on top. That's going to be delicious. And I'm going to enjoy that with a nice cup of coffee. Oh, so sweet. The whole recipe is £1.44. We've got 8 really good sized rock buns out of it. So that makes them 18 pence a piece. Now, I don't know what you would pay for something like that in Starbucks or somewhere like that, but it would be a little bit more than 18 pence, I think. And as part of an inexpensive lunch idea, a rock bun, one of these cheese pasties recipe here. Very inexpensive. I can't remember off the top of my head how much they cost. They were about 60, 80 pence, something like that. So a cheese pasty, a rock bun, it's a good lunch for under £1. So could I say once more, thank you very much for watching. I thank you very much everyone who has subscribed to the channel. If you've enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this in the future, do subscribe to the channel now. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of this rock bun with my little cup of coffee. And I thank you very much for watching.